Hello everybody. I wanted to update you on the little tricycles that I've been doing. I got that one up there ready to work on. Ignore the nasty rail. Who's got the energy to clean it anyway? I put this little tissue paper stuff on it and a little ribbon, and I think it just makes a world of difference. And we're out in the middle of nowhere, and here comes a car. And I'll show you this shovel up close. I did like, it was a red shovel. It's a child's toy from Big Lots. I got it at a thrift store, of course. And, so I took some tissue paper from Dollar Tree, which I'll show you here in a minute because I'm going to use it on the other tricycle. And I just tore little sections I wanted to use. And of course I used the chalk paint, Waverly chalk paint. And I put wood glue. Well, I put wood glue on that red shovel. And then I'd mixed up some pink and white for another project. I don't remember what it was. And so I kind of just dabbed it on with a sponge on top of that glue when it's still wet. And then I blow dried it. And then I glued these little tissue paper things from Dollar Tree on. And then I sealed it with a matte finish clear spray. Then I made a white wax since I don't have any. I've got to smooth it down. You can tell it's still lumpy because this was just yesterday I put it on there. I dabbed it on just around the corners and edges pretty heavy. And so that's on top of my clear spray. You know, that way if it messed up I could get it off, you know. And that little screw was just total rust. I painted over it. It might bleed through, but that'll just be cute, I think. And it looked kind of plain through here. So I added a few little flowers to the handle. And I just tied that on just a minute ago. I was wanting my boyfriend to take it out there with his drill press where I wouldn't mess it up and drill a hole through it to tie some ribbon. But the handle had a little crack in it. I don't know if it survived that. I may just leave it like it is. But I think that turned out really pretty. And the back of it just, it's kind of plain looking. Okay, so that'll go in my booth. And then I'll show you up. Oh, it's still kind of wet. I was like, oh man, I gotta show everybody this. It's turned out so good. It's pretty. And that's that same tissue paper I used on the shovel. I put some there. And there's that little ribbon I tied. I tried to make it look like little tassels on a bicycle with a bunch of strands, and it just didn't look right. And right there, I'll show you how I did these. Because I ain't really ever done that. I forget what you call it, but at first I was painting it on the paper and then sticking the paper to it, and then I'm like, I don't think that's the right way. So anyway, let's get to doing it and I'll show you. Okay, this is the tissue paper I got at Dollar Tree, and it come in a pack with pink and some other colors. I don't remember. But I thought it was pretty. And it's a repeat pattern, so it wouldn't be a good one to like put on something big, I don't guess. Although I guess it could. So I'm tearing out these little sections. And I'll show you in just a second. Okay. And I'm not crazy about the really dark pink one. I put it on the wheels of the other one, but I tore it off on this part of the other one. So I'm gonna go in here and tear this little dark pink one out. Whoa. And then, you know, I got that hole there. So I'm probably just going to tear this one right along this leaf. These are kind of like, to me, look like watercolor painting or something. They don't have the definite lines, so that makes it to where I can do this easier. And see that greenery? I don't want that line of greenery. Let me rip that off. Because it just looked like a definite line. Okay, and see before... Let me stick it into there. Before, I was holding it in my hand and painting the glue on and then trying to... It was terrible. I've seen videos of it. That's just my memory. You know how my memory is. Okay. So, I'm thinking I'll put it in the middle. And I can always add a little tiny something here and a little tiny something there if I want it bigger. So, let's... I got my 50% water and 50% glue, pretty much. Approximately. Stick it right there. Okay, I got it stuck on there. Now I'm just gonna... My brush will poke it down in all those little grooves for me. And that stuff will shift, the little pieces. I've had it happen. Okay, my little piece of tore off. Let's see how it's gonna look. I don't like that leaf either. Let's see, well. And any straight edge I'm getting rid of. So let's get rid of this leaf and that straight edge. And we'll slap it right there. I might need some more glue. I probably got it there, but I don't know. Huh, I think I put a little too much. See how it'll shift? Alright. And I guess I need to go over top of it. I don't know. But I'm gonna, you know, these already have a protective layer of that clear on them. But I'm gonna go back over this area with it when it dries good. Okay, I think that looks good without adding any to the ends. Okay, and the wheels are different, and I keep my price tags on stuff. I could write it down, but it's amazing how hard it is to find something in a list of items. So it's easier just, but if you forget to take the price off, like at my booth, she said, if you leave a low price on it, like say I left that on it and I have my price, she's got to sell it for the low price. So, gotta be a little paranoid about making sure you get your stickers off. Okay. See, I'm just, since this picture is kind of a watercolory, I don't know what you call it. Doesn't have precise edges. I don't have to be too picky. And if I was doing this over, say, a kind of a medium colored pink, I don't know about the white edges. I guess you could take some of that same pink and I don't know if the edges will show. They probably would. Okay. We can put that right there, and I'll probably leave the dark one just to keep things simple. Get it where it's kind of centered. Okay, I'll put that big poofy flower down that way. Okay. I'm getting this glue down in all these little cracks and crevices, and even like on the edges back here, in case it wraps around a little bit. Okay. Oop. Stick it on there. Go over it with my brush and get it down in all these cracks. I watched videos of this, but I didn't refresh my memory or anything. But this is pretty fun. It's kind of like you're an artist without being an artist. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to order some of the napkins or rice paper or tissue papers offline. You know, a bunch of them for projects. I just haven't got around. I gotta order a lot of stuff. Okay. And now it's all soft. I can't reach from the back side like I could on that other one. wonder if I can use the brush. Let's see. Just to hold it in place there. Well, it held a little too much. Okay. Just wrap that on around. Precision is not my middle name. Okay. My paper's trying to get away. One reason I'm out here is my tables are so cluttered I don't have room to do this. Alright. And now we'll tear it right there. Yeah, my grandson's over here. I said, well, I could clean my table off. And I thought, well, that's a hassle, and it'll look pretty out here with my old rusty cast iron, we call it wrought iron furniture. But see, I got a definite line here. I'll show you something. Something I've done. I could either add a little flower to the top of it, but I'll show you what I usually do. Like I've been doing this forever. Well, that's what I did on that shovel handle when I had a straight line. But these were a lot easier to tear on that other wheel, because I didn't have these wads in the way. But I'm going to keep that greenery on there. Okay, just wipe that on my pants. Isn't that what pants are for? Okay, we got... poke at that, see if I can break it down in that crack a little. Okay, if I can get to the back. Well, if I get to it, it would tear a lot better. But anyway. And see, I don't care if it wraps around to the other side. I'll just let it tear itself. Get it off my brush. How's that? I got a little wrinkle right there, but that's alright. What is that? Oh, debris off my rusty table. Okay, I'm where this... Let's make sure it's showing. Let's zoom in. Where the straight line is. I'll take my fingernail and this soggy, delicate paper. And take away that straight line. Ta-da! And I got that well done. And I'm going to do the other one. And then I'll put some of the little tassels on this, and then I'll show you both of them together and the shovel. Okay, I brought them all back here since it quit raining, because this is where I got to put my clear coat on them. And just staged them a little bit with this cloth I used to iron things. I guess you call it ironing cloth. Okay, and they look pretty good, don't they? And I brought my quilt flower. That's the only one I've got here. I took all the others I made to my booth. I'm like, oh, it's close to Mother's Day. It'd be perfect time. And that little stand I'm on paint, that thing's so rough. It'll snag your clothes. It's just something I got used also. Is that cute or what? Look at all that. I can't believe what that little touch did. You know, glue and water don't cost a whole lot. And this stuff I'd got at the thrift store, I love it. There's the shovel. And even though I put the, it's still kind of gooey. It's so humid always here. I'm probably going to spray the clear coat stuff on that too if it ever dries. And these are the ones I use for a matte finish. Now this one stinks to high heaven. It is very matte looking. And it says non-yellowing. But it seemed like you'd have to spray a lot for it to protect it good, you know. And this one, let's see. It doesn't say non-yellowing that I can see. It might somewhere on here. Made with double cover technology. It's matte looking. It looks a tad shinier, but not really. It just goes on thicker, I believe. And it stinks, of course, but it doesn't seem to stink as bad. So if this one doesn't yellow, I think I like it better. But I don't know. Either one of those work really well. But of course they're spray paint. I hate that smell. And there you go. I hope you like it. And I hope you'll subscribe. And even hit that notification button. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all. And even hit that notification button. Bubble.